Hello everybody. Sorry I'm late. Welcome to a new live stream. Hi. We're gonna make a bonus patch. So we're working bonus patches that use both of these two new libraries together. So busy, my gosh. This is going to be a action-packed live stream. In fact, here, let me go in here and add to the comments because there's 8 plugins I'm going to be showing. Let's see if I go like that. Updated fall. I think that's. There we go. And save. How can I save? It won't let me save. Oh, I am over the limit. That's what it is. I'm 400 words over the limits. Okay, let's get over this stuff here. How can I have that? I'm at 5,000 words. Let's see. Let's go like that. There we go. Now I can save. Okay, save. Hello, welcome. My name's John Skippy Limcool. Sorry for the delay. This is the biggest live stream I've ever tried to put together for you guys. And I'm trying to start it with a calm note. There's crazy stuff to show you guys. I can't wait to show you what's going on. I actually am going to do a quick fix. So just hang for 1 second. Taylor, my assistant, isn't here because he is celebrating his 1-year anniversary of being married. Congratulations. I'm not sure if Shane is here or not. But let's see here. I need to fix something in these library names really quick. Library namer. For Derailer. Boom. I almost have these unified to get to you guys, but I have some really, it's been a great week. I mean, there's a company with 3 plugins I want to show you guys that it's not for everybody, but it's really, really cool. So let's do a library rebuild real quick so it can grab everything. Last week I showed a physical model plugin from Baby Audio, and I said it's a little underdeveloped. I wish they would take a little more time refining it. I've worked with physical modeling systems. We designed all sorts of things, 15 years ago for the wave drum. It's not a new form of synthesis. It's getting to be more adopted and seen inside of software plugins. One of the best is actually inside of Logic Pro X. There's one called Sculpture. And that still, to me, is a little bit more flexible and easier to wrap your head around than even these new ones. But these new ones make some really cool sounds. So I got those to show you. Our friends at Klevgrand have released a drum sampler plugin. Uhi has released Zebralette 3, which is the beta version of what it's a beta right now. It's kind of like the path they are going for Zebra 3, which they are working on, which is going to be just jaw-droppingly cool as far as synthesis goes. And then there's 2 free plugins I have found to share with you guys. Information is all in the video description if you want to read that at anything, but a great week as usual. Yeah, it's just been crazy busy as far as that goes. And I'm working on a new library to spring on you guys next week. So I can't talk too much about that, but there's a lot going on. And then we're working on Unify, an update that's going to be coming out later this year. That's just, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's so exciting. But I can't talk about that kind of stuff yet because we're not there. But welcome. For those of you that are new or just checking out for the first time, my name's John Limcool. Thank you. It's nice to meet you all. I'm going to hide this really quick. Never show. Go to PlugInGuru.com. This is my website, PlugInGuru.com. I make patch libraries. You're not supposed to show that stuff. So go like that. Thank you. PlugInGuru.com is my website. And we have patch libraries. And here's UniFlow and Heartstrings, which is the two libraries that are at 50% off right now. So you can save, instead of $52 or $26 each. And we're going to make another bonus patch right now using Unify. I want to start with the Piano Valentine. But let's do this. Let's make it maybe not quite so realistic of a piano to start with. I don't think I want the note triggers. And I'm not so interested in the note releases, am I? Let's do this. Let's copy this layer. Let's move this into an embedded Unify layer. And remove this and then go into this Unify layer and paste. So I have those. Now, I'm going to use the filter. When you're working with envelopes, by the way, hear how it sounds really sharp and clamped? If you don't want it to be so clamped, the best trick, you can bring down intensity, but that's going to kill the high end that the filter is hitting. I don't really want to do that. I want to have it do the full range. Bring up the sustain, and that will compress it and lessen the compression, I guess. Let's go to 24 dB. And then I'm gonna, at the top layer, I'm gonna add an arpeggiator. Let's add blue arp just for fun. And I'm gonna set it to 1/8 notes for its timing. And I'm gonna go to step type and I'm gonna say randomize for everything to start with. And then I want chords to hit every now and then. And I want other notes to be off. So let's just go, I'm just randomly choosing stuff. So now we have a, now I want this to be more plucked, so we're gonna go up here, bring up the amp release, so it brings out a little bit. Now, because this is being controlled from an above ARP into this Unify layer, I can add anything I want here, instrument-wise. Let's go to DX, and let's say to the plucked bank. So it's getting that same information that's playing the piano, but I'm gonna do a trick. I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna use Jitterbox. And if you change here from time to a clocked value, and we're gonna make it quantize to a max of 1/8 notes, and then like change the min and max so it's gonna go. Now these FM little plucky sounds are randomly choosing whether an 1/8 note early, late. So it's not the same timing. If I had this off, instead of it's playing on its own, but it's using that information from the above, which is kind of fun. So I'm gonna go over here and find it. Let's go over here, add a little reverb. It gives a little air. That's nice. Let's look at the parameters really quick. Okay, So I have a little bit of a tingle. Maybe I want to play with panning on this. Since it's a Unify layer, I can do some fun things with that. So I can go down here, let's call this pan. And I'm going to say, give me the full range of the DX layer's pan position. Right? And then I'm going to go over here, I'm going to set it to assign to 20. Let's go to the top layer. And after Blue Art, let's just add a CC writer. And then let's add a delay after the reverb, maybe for fun. Let it like have some reflection so that it's not all just left and right. Now, the delay is being forced into panning, right? I don't want it to do that, so I'm going to hold down Control and Shift to copy the plugin state. You can also use this little bullet right here and go to Operations, Copy Plugin State. Let's get rid of it here and instead add a bus. So I'm going to say Empty Auxiliary Bus. Oh wait, I want to go plus Auxiliary. And let's say delay, omega delay, and then I'm holding down Shift and click that and it will paste the settings. So now the delay kind of like takes away from how much it was like panning left and right. You still hear it panning left and right. And if I wanted to, I could like add some like fun in here. That way it's doing something kind of crazy with the pan. It's not predictable. We could like try to break it even more. Now I want something else to thicken this up. So let's go to UniFlow, which is our second library that we're using for these are patches that use both libraries. So let's add a keys. And let's open this up so we can like change the different things. Let's find a pad. And maybe that piano, let's see what we can do to let's see what else we have in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this Heartstrings library, and you don't have to use what's there. Let's try the kalimba. Let's put this in some kind of cool space. Let's do this. Let's do our trick like we did with the DX pluck. Let's duplicate this. Let's add a jitter box on the MIDI effects. So we go over here to jitter box, creative jitter box. And I'm gonna copy the same jitter box settings from here to that. I'm gonna move this up here and I'm gonna take it down an octave by holding down Option and dragging on the transpose. And let's pan these a little bit left and right. And there's other samples, so maybe on one side we'll have the kalimba, maybe on the other side there's these wine glasses. Let's see what else we got here. Special effects, bells. That's nice. There. And let's see. The high ones ring out, so I'm gonna do a little fun with dynamics. Let's go pump house. All right, so this is the flutter plucks. Flutter plucks. And by naming this layer, it doesn't look like it named it, but if you close it and then you open this up again, now it has the name. It's it's how it works. So let's save this to the Hearts. Let's see, where's it at? We got the Uni Hearts bonus. This is the BPM pad, flutter plucks. And I'll tweak it maybe a little bit more when we're not in the live stream. I want to get on to showing you everything else that's going on. Save as and save. So now we have 3 patches. When I get to 10, I will release it to everybody. If you guys want to contribute patches, I opened the door and invited, and I don't think I got any replies from anybody. But if you want to, you're welcome to send patches to this. Flutterplucks. So if you don't know about these 2 libraries, UniFlow is a library of atmospheric ASMR type samples combined with synthesis. So everything has these cool layers of synthesis and sampling of cool sounds. It goes to some really cool places. There's a wave drum kit and grooves. There's really cool pads. Really nice. Really cool. A lot of people like it. Really nice reviews. Thank you for those of you that have left reviews on the library. Ah, hey, Taylor's here. Hello, Taylor. Yes. Taylor, 1 year married. The first year's the easy one. Okay, and then the other library was Heartbeats, which is by Bob Dedez. This is the Micro Cinema, which means it's a smaller version. In March, we actually have an incredible library coming out from Bob that I can't wait to show you guys. But we're talking about this today. This has really, it's all about love. This is a love library, so. There's fireplace samples. There's really cool. He lives in Greece, and so of course he's got to have accordions. He's got violins. There's just one note, and we go over here. You could like easily, these stop at B, so you could say violin, Valentine piano. I might be making another bonus patch. Good Lord. And then he has the accordion here. So let's say accordion keys. And let's right click on these guys to stop at C. And let's go to the Unify library and add something fun from there. So let's go to like there's some orc stuff. So let's go orc in our search to limit it. And let's say like stringy brassy orchestra. And let's not have anything in the left hand unless we want to do a bass. So let's do this. Let's go Pizzi di Fantastique. That would be really nice. And a Unify layer with, let's limit it. Needs an ARP. So we're going to go over here to blue ARP. And we're going to set it to 8th notes so I can go boom, 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 boom if I want. And we're going to go up to the step types and cancel every other one, which if you take an 8th note and you cut it in half, what do you get? Quarter notes. And each scale step for the second one, I'm going to say down 5. Oh wait, I did it on the muted one. Let's have that go up +7 and play. Now this one right here, this timing one, I want it to be shorter, so I'm gonna go to the gate time and I'm gonna make it short. Let's make all these short. You have control over the decay time and velocity, so let's have these first notes be harder for the... Now, when I get down here, the pizzicato's too low. So we're gonna do a trick. I don't have time to do too many tricks, do I? Because I have so much to show you guys. I'm gonna do this off camera, but I'm gonna replace this with a combo box. Because I can use combo box to have the same ARP transpose. So when it gets down here to this part, it's gonna transpose it up an octave. So it plays the same octave again. I actually could do it in a short, let's do a shortcut version. So I'm gonna have it stop at C2, and then I'm gonna say duplicate. Watch this, go duplicate just once. And then this one here, I'm gonna right click and drag so that it is the next one down, and I'm gonna just transpose it up an octave. If I can like go like this, hello. See? So I have 2 layers of the same thing, but one's transposed. This is why key windowing and transpose are just wonderful. Because the way this is laid out is when you play this C minor, when you play this one, it's major. So I want the same bass to play, so now I can. There's major. Let's make this shorter. There. What should we call this? This is like a Viva Grease kind of a thing. Oh, we need to put a little UniFlow in the right hand. So let's go over to UniFlow, find some sort of a really fun little, let's see, there's some cool synth stuff here, or guitars, or we could do like, maybe park bench would be pretty. Right click, add this. Gives it a dreamy vibe. Let's see if we... Yeah, and then like make this pad not play in the left hand because we have that covered. What should we call this? This is like a totally absorbing. I know, I want to get him to do a jig. Or we should add some UniFlow wave drums. These BPM perks, right click. Let's find out a groove that works. Let's go over to BPM kick and add a kick drum. Oh my gosh. Let's add a little distortion so we get some more mid frequencies out of this noise box. High pass filter. Hoy! I got the name. I got the name. I got the name. So we're gonna go over here to Uni Heart bonus. Check out. You're gonna love this. BPM split. Pirates Picnic. Pirates Picnic with an exclamation point. Oh. John, you're being very skippy today. Okay, save as. So we made 2 bonus patches. I got some tweaking to do to this one too to get the mix a little bit better, but can't you just see a couple drunk pirates dancing and like looping an arm in arm and going in circles till they fall over, right? Hey, mate, come over here and give me a big kiss. Okay, we'll stop right there. Anyway, hello. So we're going to have some fun. I got so much to show you guys. My gosh. So let's do this. Last week, we released the unified library and introduced you guys to TAL's new synthesizer, which is TAL PHa, which is based on the Alpha Roland Juno Alpha 2. I've updated the unified library. There's a new link in the description. I did a little bit more to the... I think it's to the macro knobs. I added some more thing. So it's really nice. People were asking for bassline. And so this week, actually last night until 3 in the morning, I was unifying this and getting it all set. So if you have TAL BassLine, there is a link in the description of the video to download the unified library for BassLine 101. We've joined it all into one library. There's a number of different authors that made patches. So Frank Zeno Neumann, who he did UniPlug, which is a library we sell for Unify. He's a really talented programmer. He made a whole bunch of patches for this, which is cool. So that's number one, is that we've unified bassline along with the updated TAL PHa. So those are in the video description, okay? Next up to show you guys is just a whammy of a library, and that's the new UHI beta of Zebralette 3. I might do a deeper dive video at some point. This is more just an introduction to this. This is a free download. The link is in the video description to their KVR audio post where they posted this. This is an incredible, for a free plugin. Let me make sure you guys can see this in our little, yeah, I got to make myself go away for a minute. So go away, Skippy. We'll have that one go away. Yeah, so let's see if I go over here. How's that? Okay, so this is a crazy synthesizer. There's a couple places they really focused on interesting things. For one thing, as you can see, there's this bar up here which shows different waveforms, and there's this morph that allows you to morph. And if you go up here and you right click, you can say add an empty curve, and I can make this any kind of wave shape that I want. I can double click and add extra segments to make it a crazy waveform, and now it will morph and it will include that new morphing point in the oscillator. And if you notice, their envelopes have the same morphing abilities. So not only the oscillators, but also the envelopes can have morphing curves that you can go back and forth between and modify depending on how things are set up over here. There's two different rendering engines, and it crashed. That's what we like with beta. So okay, Zebralette 3. It's I guess it's a little buggy. So there you go. Maybe it's because it's a window on top of a window. That's something that. So for example, here is their morphing. On top of this, you can see that there's two effect slots, and they have all sorts of really crazy symmetry, phase distortion. And these, of course, get really interesting with starting adding LFOs. And then this is morphing through the waveforms. The edit, if I click this, I bet it crashes again. Nope, okay. It has wavetables as well as additive to work with. Which is a totally different form of synthesis. They can get into cool envelope things like this. The metal capabilities. You can get into these modifiers for each time I play now, it's random. Just crazy places in frequency domain to play with. On top of this, you see this little pencil over here. If you click this, you go into like a CAD 3D level oscillator editor where you can choose waveforms, and then you can add splines, and you can like use this to like copy, and I don't even know how to use these things, but if you do certain commands, it's definitely one of these things where you have to study up on what all you can do, but you have a full graphic editor of a level of detail I never thought we would see it in a synthesizer, but they're going into that level of detail with Zebra 3. So this is like a business card for what Zebra 3 will be. So it's really exciting. It's polyphonic. One thing to be attended to is that some of the sounds, when you have MIDI quick stop for the trigger mode, there's times you'll hear it cancel. Just go over here and set it either to restart. No, it doesn't do it anymore. For some reason, and we've talked to them about this, and apparently it's an issue with Ableton Live that they're working on too that's similar. Stopping clock stop information is confusing it. So change the transport in Unify if you use Unify in standalone. If you're using it in your DAW, you don't have to worry about that because it's listening to the clock of your DAW. But when you install, there's an option to click to install presets. There's some really nice presets to play with. For one oscillator, it's getting some really, really cool territory. So check that out. Let me see if there's any questions that you might have on what we're showing here. Yes, these are similar to some of the Zebra type of filters, and these are applied not on an effect level. These are actually modifying the waveform before it gets to the envelopes and so forth. The effects is just a simple delay and reverb at this point. They haven't gotten into the complex effects and stuff like they can do in Zebra. Again, this is Zebralette. If you compare this to the Zebralette 2, which was the one before this, before Zebra 2 came out, this has got a lot going on to it. So this is very cool. Free. Okay, let's do the free stuff first. So there's a couple of other free things to show you. Let's get the cameras back up so that we got everything back to normal. Hi. Okay, so also on the free tip is, let me get the link to it. There is a free, I'd call it a shimmer reverb. Let me call up a web page to show you. This link is in the video description. It's called Starlight, and it's, let's see. Is that the right link? That might not be the right link. If I go to Facebook, come over here. What are you doing? If you go to Chaos Audio, maybe I'm not supposed to be on the share page part. Let's see, get our free shimmer verb, send me the downloads. So just go to the Chaos Audio webpage, and you can get, and of course they pop up all this irritating stuff because a lot of companies do that. I don't like that. And so let's play a sound and show you what this does. Let's go to Heartstrings, and let's call up the accordion. How's that for a normal acoustic sound? And let's right click here and say Starlight. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong. It's down here, Starlight. Depending on the brightness of the sound, they showed it a lot on guitars. So if we go to the standard library, like Mega Magic Guitars Part 2, like the Strat or something like that. One of these nice, simple. So, it's a little mechanical. I don't know. I'm not being too critical because it's free. And it has some controls for you to taper it. I thought it was worth sharing with you guys. It's not gonna like knock me out, so to speak. But it's free. So the video description, just go to chaosaudio.com. The next thing to show you is a really cool effect. And let's put this right here. Dynamic EQ from Initial Audio. This is a $49 plugin that they sell that is free because they're celebrating 10 years. And this has some really cool abilities. All you have to double click. And then either I can compress to suppress, or I could find another area and say expand, and it's dynamically expanding. And you can double click to add as many as you want, I think up to 16. So they have presets here for master compressions, all sorts of different settings and ways of using this. And we could say we want to double click right here. So you can shape the sound really nicely. It's got a limiter at the output, so even if you do radical stuff like this, it's not distorting. Really nice. I was really impressed with this. So Dynamic EQ as a free plugin. Link is in the video description for this video. Leave this page. Yeah, Supermassive Valhalla's shimmer verb is one of the best. Eventide makes a really nice one. There's a handful of companies that make in fact, I think other guys that do Blue Sky, I don't have my modular anymore to look. What's their name? The Blue Sky Effect. New Blue Sky. Yeah, Strymon. They have some audio effects. They've turned that into an audio effect now, so you can get that as a really good shimmer verb. But as a starting shimmer verb, the Starlight one's not bad. I thought it was pretty decent. So, okay, so dynamic EQ is very helpful. It can help you tame a mix. If I had this playing and then I had a big bass, like one of these big subs, I love the Bad Beats library. So I want to go to the dynamic EQ. I could say somewhere in here. So this way it's getting rid of that low frequency in the kick so that the sub kick sticks out. It's very handy. Helpful to get your low end to mesh, to use tools like this to dynamically remove frequencies that are being doubled by other layers without having to do sidechain. You don't have to use a sidechain to an audio signal. It's sidechaining on itself. So it's actually a really handy ability to be able to set up. One thing I don't like is that when you click the nodes, it replaces over the top of the waveform. So you got to like click outside of it, see it do a single. Yeah, that's not quite right. So. So that's really nice. Really, really handy for situations like that. Okay. So that is free. Thank you, Initial Audio, for letting me know about that. That was really, really cool. They sent me an email and said, hey, tell your people in your live stream about this. On top of this, there's a whole bunch of effects to show you, and instruments. These aren't... Did I show all the audio effects I wanted to show? Hold on one second. Let me get over here. And I showed that. I showed that. Got to go down the list of what I have covered so far. Okay, so we have that. Yeah, so, okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, so up next, our friends at Klevgrand have released a drum plugin, a drum sampler-based plugin. It's called OneShot. They sent me an NFR for it. It is a plugin for drum kits. It doesn't have any sequencing, which I thought was everybody kind of needs help with that. Most people can't program and play drum. But let me do this. Let me move my microphone out of the way like this. Really, really cool samples. Round robins. Velocity layers for this drums. And the way it works is you have little squares. And if you want, you can say new slot, and you can choose what you want it to be and add something to this to make it to where it just keeps going. It's a clunky interface to me in a way. I'm kind of surprised they did it this way. And then as you click each one, you can see that you have controls for the trigger settings, parameters for humanizing, reverse, all sorts of nice things as far as that goes. But there's no like overview just to see simple mixer parameters and so forth for the whole kit. But the samples themselves are really cool. They have vintage drum kits. I don't know why, but everybody always makes cymbals too loud. So you want to go through this, you can play. I wish they had a way to like listen and like jump to whatever you're playing, but they don't. So you want to turn everybody down just a little bit. Where is this crash at? Here it is. But good samples. Where's the ride? Here you are. There's pop and rock, dead kit. Which is on top of this, there's percussion kits over here. So you say percussion, congas. They have the full ensemble here, ethnic perc kit. Really, really well recorded, all the sounds in this. Nocturnal vibes. They have some optional kits for this. They sent me the cajon, which is a... These kits are like $10. They also have the unholy drums, which is really, really nice for, let's say, is it Kin Deluxe? has a choke system, which is over here. You hit choke and you can choose what this will choke, so forth, which is cool. Great. It's a great kit. Great setup. No sequencing. So, but this unholy kit for the Fusion cats. Great hi-hats. And this kit's like $39. So it sounds really, really, really good. Highly recommended if you like this thing. I should point out also, I don't have it here to show because we got an email from a customer, but Sonic Coacher, another wonderful company that makes really cool sample libraries, has also released a library of drums, different in approach, very, very different. They're acoustic drums, but they're acoustic drums trying to play like electronic drums. It's called ACDR. And on top of having drums, this has 3 different sequencers built into it. You need the Contact player or the full version of Contact, but it has 3 different sequencers, an Euclidean beats, the beat shifter, and poly beats. So it's got 3 different drum sequencers for doing the grooves. There's a place up here to play the patterns and stuff that it had with it, and it sounds really, really good. So be aware there's all sorts of drums, 90 drum kits, 3 gigabytes of samples, 20 round robins per drum. It's more for those of you that need sequencing as well as drums. If you need more just like really cool drum samples, then this one from Klevgrand, Klevgrand, is really nice. I really like the samples. It's a diverse number of samples. There's some really unique, diverse kits and so forth in here, but there's no sequencing. So you'll need to sequence yourself. One thing I can point out is that if you go over here and you add MIDI box, and we go to the standard library, and you click here to load, and you go to, I found a number of them inside of the grooves from Super Macho Drums. Inside of this folder, you can find some grooves. You need to transpose it up 12 semitones. And then say, oh, I don't want to transpose, just play only. 3, 2, 1. Well, I had him playing last night. Okay, well, there you go. You can find some patterns because it's a standard MIDI kit layout for the drums. So any MIDI files that are for standard MIDI file, go to Groove Monkey and get some MIDI files if you want for sequencing. And you can get things like this to work. Jazz Dude is doing his bashing. Okay, nobody bash. Nobody do bashing, please. Let's all just be polite. Enjoy what's going on. Okay? Nice. Everybody play nice. Anyway, so Klevgrand OneShot is a library for those of you that need drums. Drum kits. There's experimental stuff, so you can go to let me turn off the MIDI box. Let's see, go here. Club. I should point out also, there's a whole bunch of electronic drums, really cool drum kits here for the Cool stuff like this. Battery is out there for those of you that want a little bit more. These cells, if they changed in size like battery did, that'd be really cool. But that takes that kind of graphic editing programming takes a lot of work. You know, at this point we have so many drums. But I like to just let you know what's out there, what's coming. Why'd they put a delay on the clap? Delay. Click the delay. No delay. No, thank you. By the way, each layer does have its own reverb gate. You can use the finalizer, which is really cool because it's EQ. Per sample effects, and two effects actually, because you have the EQ over here and the finalizer. So it's got a lot of capabilities for shaping the sounds in some cool ways. I thought this was cool. This is like the Cameo, Let Me Groove With You. Really, really cool. So if you need drum samples and drum kits, OneShot from Klevgrand is available. Why can't you play OneShot? No, you can play OneShot using MIDI files. I said you can use MIDI files. That's what I'm doing with MIDI Box. It's using a MIDI file, because MIDI Box, if you just set it to play only, it will play MIDI files. So it's playing a MIDI file to play OneShot. So no, you can. I don't know who said you can't, but you can, because OneShot, it's a drum sampler, so you can just map it and do anything you want with it, right? Yeah. So okay, now we're gonna break off into some crazy different territory. Last week I showed you Baby Audio's Atoms, which is a stab at the physical modeling. Right? But it's like, it needs some work. I've worked with physical modeling. This doesn't have the qualities that I'm used to hearing. It can make some interesting sounds for sure. Download the demo for this, try it out if you'd like. But we came across a company that a lot of you've probably never heard of. And they've done, it seems like, a bit more work in this field. They have 3 different products. They have, if we go physical audio, PHYSE, they have Derailer, Modus, and Preparation. So let me go over here and show you. physicalaudio.co.uk is the company I'm going to be showing you. Let's see, got my camera in the way. Please, camera, move so I can grab right there. Thank you. They have actually audio effect reverbs as well as 3 different instruments. And I've only installed the instruments. Modus, Preparation, and then Derailer are their 3 physical model-based instruments. Now, this is not for pianos, and this is getting into, like, if you saw the new soundtrack came out, I posted a link to the soundtrack to Dune 2. There's some really, really cool sounds. If you need sounds that nobody's heard before, if you need that new, something to spark and take you in a direction for your project that doesn't have references to what we're used to hearing from other synthesizers. This is that kind of territory. This is really inspiring and cool. And I've unified all the libraries. I needed to clean up a little thing here, so I haven't put them onto the website yet, but I will be putting them on. Tomorrow I'll send out a news link to everybody, which will have all of the links. I'm doing a thing now where for the Friday night newsletter that I send everybody, I'm not going to put links. You have to come to the live stream and physically be here, or come see the video description to get the information. And then Sunday, I'll give you all the details. That way I can also get everything unified. There's 3 different libraries that Shane helped me unify. Thank you, Shane, if you're here. Yes, the Dune 2 soundtrack is incredible. If you haven't heard it, Hans Zimmer and his team and other people did just some wonderful, wonderful work on it. Oh, because I changed the name of the libraries. Okay, so there's 3 different plugins. I think we'll start with Derailer. This is maybe the most normal sounding one, which... Here's what Derailer's interface looks like. It has up to 5 different metallic bars, and you can actually move here. See, this is what I expect from a physical modeling. You hear metallic overtones. There's a random button here you can click. Getting all sorts of really cool. You have microphones that are listening to all these different bars. I mean, just really cool. Like, whoa, what's that? That cool. And then I've set up all sorts of stuff so you have effects you can add for. You have access to the parameters. I mean, it's like, whoa. It's always in tune for the most part. So that means I could go to Mega Magic Guitars. I could add like the 2 guitarists to this to get something kind of interesting where it's got guitars. So you can add things to change things that would normally be just this by itself. Add little nonlinear noise from physical models. Okay, so there's all sorts of really interesting The other thing that's nice with Derailer is it's polyphonic. Again, listen. The cutoff and resonance, there's times where they're using a as part of the model. They're using synth waveforms fed into the model, which is cool. I mean, you can get into some incredible cinematic, I don't know what that is, but I like it kind of territory. I mean, it's like, okay, I haven't heard that before, you know? Cool. It's like, okay, they're not cheap. These are $100 for each of these instruments, but this is a lot of research and a lot of work to get it to be under this much control and yet have it be possible to, like, you know, move the non. You're changing the model. Which is really, really, really cool. So, just like, wow, that's different, right? So all over the place. See, when somebody says physical models, like when I first heard about Baby Audio, this is the kind of sounds I was expecting. Yes, Danielle's asking for comparison with Plasmonic. Plasmonic is a little bit more straight ahead. It's not a physical model of a bar. It's more trying to be a synthesizer. Let's do this. Let's go like this solo. Let's see. I think there's some metallic. You'll find similarities for sure. Because it does have the resonators. It's a little bit more designed as a synthesizer. This is more like a model that doesn't care if it's a synthesizer or not. It's just, it's describing this physical thing that you've created, and you can rent. So it's not as curated, I would say. But it's cool. This is a little bit more wild, right? Cool things like this. There's two other ones I should make you aware of. Modus. You'll have to read their website to get the descriptions of what each of these do. I'm not going to try to describe them right now, but I'm just going to play them so you can hear them. the sound of it is just beautiful. Here's the interface for Modus. It's actually possible to do strings or plates or both. It's a whole different world. It has this really cool thing called multi-strike. If you get over here to the strike. Again, it's It's very different. It's really, really cool. So I like to find things and let you guys know about what is out there, because there's so much development going on all the time. Sounds like this are so cool to layer with other things. If you go over here to the harp, let's just say Mary's harp, and add the harp. Harp. Let's add some effects from here. So go to the auxiliary. Make the reverb longer. Have this go into the water verb. Get into some really, really special territory if you want. So Modus, and then the third one, and there's demos for all of these, so I would highly suggest playing with the demos. Preparation is an interesting one. It's two strings that are vibrating with something that can rattle between them. It's crazy. So if it's not for people looking for like guitars and simple plucks and stuff like that. This is a whole different territory. I've not heard these sounds from any other plugins, so my job is to make you aware of what's out there. So yeah. Sound Paint, it's a really cool synthesis. A friend of mine developed it. It's basically taking his libraries and putting them into a form where they're a little bit more able to be modified. I don't know. It's out there for people to play with. The libraries are very affordable. It's good stuff. Yeah. Is Modeler. Oh, Outer Sect. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Thank you for sharing, man. Yeah, Steam Pipe for Reactor is very cool. Yeah, back in the good old days when yeah. Yeah, you know, I have nothing but positives for those that want sounds from Sound Paint. Compare their libraries to the Contact versions. They're very similar. He has made new libraries, so it's really cool. Good stuff. Trolls is a very hard-working gentleman and it's a really cool plugin. Lots of flexibility to it. Yeah, no, SoundPape, it's nice. I showed it when it came out. I haven't shown it. They update it often. I haven't kept up to date on the updates, but yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, we made it. I wasn't sure if I was going to get to all of the libraries and plugins, but we did. So there's these 3 plugins from Physical Audio. There's the Zebralette 3, which came out. There's 3 free plugins for the Reverb, the Shimmer Verb, as well as I really love the Dynamic EQ. That's really, really cool. I'll be using that myself in mixing. It's really great if there's a certain frequency in something that you wish was not quite so prominent to get rid of it. There's other tools like Soothe and so forth that also can do that, but this can be a little bit more focused with EQ-based editing. The TAL updated when we did the TAL BassLine 101. So that came out really cool. Heartbeats and UniFlow are still on their introductory pricing for another week. They go off on next Sunday. I believe they go back to the retail price. And there's something fun coming this coming week on Thursday. So all I can say, I can't say anything else about it, but something else is coming. Yes. Best flutes and sound paint. Cool. Yeah. We're also working, just so you know, on the Swam instruments to unify them. It's a lot of work because there's so many instruments, but that's something coming in the future too. So good stuff. Oh, I got yeah, Stefan, good point. Good point. I think you'll find similarities maybe in some of the ADO sound paint. Maybe they fixed up some. I don't know. I don't want to get into being critical with them. Anyway, when I visit my daughter in San Francisco, I reach out to Troll sometimes and see if he wants to meet for lunch or something like that. Good guy. Yes. Yeah, it's just a lot of work for the Swam instruments because there's so many. But it's gonna be cool. All right. Any questions? We are just at the end of the live stream, but there's a few minutes. So if you guys have questions, if not, maybe we'll make one more bonus patch. Maybe we'll go up here. Let's start with UniFlow. Let's find a cool pad. That's cool. Let's add a little bit of a flow kick. And a lot of the kicks are playing multiple kicks. Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't want that. So you can go over here, easily use the key range. Let's see. There we go. He's got a cool reverb on here going on. There we go. go to Heartstrings and see if we can find something. Now, Heartstrings is more organic samples, so we're gonna want to like play with the things. Let's do something like the maybe Love Eternal. Let's go over here, Dynamics. Let's go Rhythmic Pulsums. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to replace the kick. What is he doing for the kick? He's using. Let's say unpitched. And let's do the. There. I just want to stay one kick. I don't want quite so much dynamics. One thing that I love to do is use the transpose to find. Let's see here with the water. We also want to pump house on this. Let's say. Let's have to do like just. One thing I love to do for this kind of stuff is go here to the numbered pieces, the numbered pulses. Let's say 8 steps down. Turning the noise more into a hi-hat. So instead of the loudness, I'm gonna go over here to Unify to the filter max and put in a high pass filter to get to a little bit more just. Sounds like something you'd hear from either Dusky. And we need a little hi-hat, I think, in here. So let's go standard, beat, upbeat. What do you think? Maybe you need one more thing, a little. And let's do this. Let's add an OBXD. So we're gonna go add to instruments, OBXD. I use synth jump a lot. And then I'm gonna go over here, let's say to arpeggiators, blue arp. And we want it to be just like 8th notes and all chords. So we're gonna go up here and just say chords and off, off, on, off. I think this is the pattern I want. Let me. little bit of stereo into the synth. Cool, that's really cool. So what should we call this? That's really cool. Let's see, BPM pad. How about where the groove flow? Where the groove? I was thinking like where the wind blows. The way of the water. The way of Miami Nice. Miami Nice. Yeah, Berlin Cafe. I like that. How about Neon Berlin? Because there's a little bit more we got to do to this. So let's go over here. We'll go to the Hearts bonus. I want to get a little bit more going on. So I'm going over. I always go over, so let's go over here. Let's turn this OBXD into a Unify layer so that I can add a little modulation of fun stuff. Let's go over here. Let's add a CC writer, and I want the shape to just be a calculated saw up. And then now we can go into here. I'm going to go to the knobs and let's assign this to CC20 so it starts to do the dance. Let's go over here to the filter cutoff. Filter cutoff. Actually have some fun. Let's also assign. What's fun is you can just like, well, what if I assign this? Let's say if we go to oscillator, do detune. It kind of goes out. Let's invert it. Auxiliary bus, go to the delays, low pass filter 8th. And the water keeps going away because it's a water sample, right? So it fades out. So let's do this. Let's let it get re-triggered with a blue ARP. Let's say like if we set this to like, I think we just gotta set this to like quarter notes, right? So we say quarter notes. See if I remember how to do this. So we go over here to step type. We say tie. Let's see if we go like tie. Let's do this. Let's have it like there. So we use a rest. And we'll re-trigger it here. Rest, rest, rest. So it gets to fade a little bit, but then it comes back. And let's go to velocity. So it's there all the time. Cool. Now, one last thing I want to do, I want to have this filter. Ah, okay, what's going on? Ah, what's going on here? So filter. Oh, this is the depth. I'll let it change. This is the pump house effect depth. I don't know if, let's see. Yeah, that's fine. And then I want to go into this Unify for the OBXD, and let's assign this full range to the filter EG, filter cutoff, filter envelope amount, and I'm probably gonna have to do the decay too. Go over here also to the decay, filter decay. Let's also bring it to sustain just to make sure it really gets up there. Is this the? Oh, here we go. It's not. I need to be filter decay. So type in filter. I didn't type in filter decay, so go over here, repatch to filter decay. That's why it wasn't changing. Okay, now we really hear that D2. Okay, what did I do? It was having the pitch EG follow the filter envelope, and if I bring up the decay of that, it... Okay, so now I can assign this. Let's see, this is filter EG, filter brighten. Brighter. So we'll call it filter brighter, and let's assign that over here. Say, give me access to filter brighter. So now, little splashes. And if I wanted to take this even further, we could put like a reverb. It's so funny. Let's see here. If I go to Heartbeat. Okay, yeah, it's not. But I want there to be a splash of reverb. So we're going to go over here. Last step, we're going to put a reverb on the synth. Let's have it be like data verb. But I want it to be an auxiliary because I don't want it to. Here's the difference. If you set it as an insert effect, and I was to go over here and say, give me, let's see, current value to current value. So we say this empty layer effect, data verb mix. If I bring this up, like that, and I also need, I don't know if you know this, but in OBXD, if you take the vibrato rate to 0, it turns it off from the modulation wheel, so it doesn't freak out. I kind of like that. Okay, we'll do it this way. Splash and go away. And last step, I know I said last step before, but we need one more thing. So I'm gonna hold down Option and click the little bullet to initialize this, and let's call this drums on off. Because sometimes you don't want the groove to play, right? So let's make sure we name our layers. This is the OBXD upbeat synth B8. Right click on this and go to the full range and go over here to the kick, MIDI enable, and you do this full range one more time for the hi-hat enable. And then we have to decide if we want the water, which is turned into a hi-hat, to go away or not. So here's without that. Maybe we want all the pulsing rhythmic stuff to go away, so it's just the pads. So let's go over here. Let's say water, MIDI enable, and also OBXD, which is tricky because it's using when you're. Let's see if this works. OBXD MIDI enable. So if I have this down. Yeah. And maybe I want the pulse on the piano to be less, so we could go to the drums and even have it do that too. So that when it's down low, let's go to the Key Eternal Love Effects Pump House, depth. So the depth is at 73. So we're gonna set this at 73. And when it gets to about 50%, we'll have it pop up. And anything below that's gonna bring it down. We're still letting there be a little bit of rhythm because there's still a pump happening here in the dark pad. So you can have everything start and stop. Now, if you wanted to, I'll let you guys do this if you want. You could say, copy this knob and then go to the kick and get rid of it and then paste the knob somewhere else and add just the kick if you want to have control over just the kick by itself so it can come in or out. But this is kind of fun. So we'll have it so it powers up with everybody. But if you want, Oh, I don't have this set up. I thought I had this set up. Right? Pretty cool. Okay, so Neon Berlin, save. And so we're getting there. I got 5 more to make. So, yeah, chicane kind of vibe. Of course, you can add to this more. I'm not going to for saving it, but if you go down here to the BPM perk, you could say BPM perk and add like the shakers to a new Unify layer and pan them to the right. Add the BPM hat, 16ths, pan that to the left. This is something you can do later if you want once you have it. And then go to the shakers because I want to be bigger and got to turn off the chorus. Maybe I'll give you these guys turned off. And check this out. Something else to point out. There's a lot of velocity happening. If you go to MIDI box, these are velocity scale and offset. So I'm going to bring down velocity scale and bring up offset. Or actually, there. Bring down the scale so there's less scale. And then maybe we could go over here to this and transpose. Something that's kind of a mix between a hi-hat. Let's put a high-pass filter on this. Filter max. And these will be off. So you can go from this turn on the shakers and the hats if you want. And then when you're ready, yeah, okay, that's fun. Okay, we'll stop. Update. So thank you for joining. Lots of options, always options. Wait, so many options. It's the perfect now with 40,000 you spend hours finding. Well, what's fun for me is to make sounds into things that they're not supposed to be, like the water. The water, I was like, let's turn that into like a hi-hat thing. So by using the tools that we have, I turned it into like an alternative kind of a, and that really has a cool vibe to it. You know? So for me, it's a lot of times it's a fun challenge to take existing sounds and then reshape them, find different ways of using them. So that was fun. That was a fun experiment. Sorry for going over, but I know you guys like that kind of stuff, so I don't feel too bad. All right, shout outs for the 101 of you still here. Shout out from Portland, Oregon. Shout out from Portland, Oregon. Hello, Holland. Well, I have a Moog Voyager that I would be sampling instead of a subsequent. The Voyager is far more flexible. I might do that at some point. I mean, you know, there's only 5 billion subtractive analog synthesizer sounds on the planet already, so we need more, right? 60 and sunny in Boise. Hey, dude, I'm moving to Boise. I'm gonna have to find you, Brent. Brent. Yeah, I'm moving to Boise. My family lives in Payette, Idaho, so I'm gonna be moving to Boise in the next month and a half, I think, is the plan. So pretty cool. So yeah, so just so you're aware, this whole thing is gonna shut down in March for I don't know how long. While I am moving, everything's coming down, everything's going into storage off to Boise. So, oh, you're welcome. Hey guys, you're welcome. Yeah. So there's so much in this live stream. I hope you guys take notes. The comments in the comment section have links to all the things we showed. If you need new sounds, I'm always looking. I'm a sound hound, so I'm always looking for new sounds. So when I heard the Derailer, Modus, and preparation, I was like, you guys got to know about this because this is really cool stuff. These are not your normal sounds, you know? So unique. Oh yes, of course. I'm going to be in touch with you guys during the move and everything. It's not like I'm like totally like going off the planet, but I'm working towards becoming a digital nomad. We're going to be doing live streams from all sorts of crazy places in the world in the future. That's what I'm aiming for. I've been working out of this room for 5 years, and I could sit here and keep making libraries and just repeat the process and come up with new sounds until the day I die. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to Portugal, I'm going to Bali, I'm going to Iceland. I'll be making libraries in all these places in the future. So, no, the adventure is just getting started, really. So, there's a lot going on. So, Boise, B-O-I-S-E, Idaho. It's in the state of Idaho here in the U.S. It's still in the Northwest, just on the cusp of the Northwest. It's getting into the central mountain territory a little bit like that. But my mom and dad, they're in their 80s. I love them, and I want to spend more time with them. My sister lives in Ontario, Oregon, which is right on the Idaho-Oregon border. I want to spend time with her. My daughter's in San Francisco having her life. I don't need to stay in Portland, and I can rent my house here. So I'm going to rent this house. I'm going to find a nice little house in Boise to set up and spend time with my family and travel and take a little Starlink satellite with me and do live streams from all sorts of crazy places. So get ready. The adventure is just getting started. So that's the plans. That's what I'm working for. So anyway, thank you for joining. We'll talk to you soon. I hope this was inspiring. It's fun to put these all together for you guys. So, but that was a lot. My gosh. Next week is just like showing a library. I hope so. There will be a link tomorrow with, I'll send out a newsletter with links for these unified libraries because they're ready. I just have to upload them and put in the links. So that, and I'll probably put links at the Facebook PlugInGuru channel. The Power plugin is the Unify Power Users Group, and also PlugInGuru. I'll probably put an announcement at both places. Okay, so thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. We do this every Saturday until I move. And then we'll have a little downtime, and then we'll be back. So we'll talk soon. Okay, thanks again. See you later.